The Inquisition has acquired the relic from the ruins beneath the surface and slain many Eldar to do so. Now the Inquisitor, known as Keade, seeks shelter in his encampment on the surface. Surrounded by dozens of inquisitorial guards, he prepares to ship the relics that he has harvested from Australise off-planet to end any possible heresies from the Xenos corruption. While he knows not the origin of the artifact he has acquired, he knows that it was worthy of Eldar attention. The Eldar of Sinloth have failed to claim the heart of Cain buried upon Australis before the primitive humans, and now their plans to save their craftworld from the oncoming Tyranid threat are in jeopardy. Autarch Veneria prepares a daring plan with the aid of Farseer Scenaria and their dark kin mercenaries. Together, they plan a daring night raid into the heart of the Inquisitor's base of operations on the surface of Australis. The opportunity to strike this hidden fortress is limited. The Eldar will strike during a change in Imperial Guard patrols assigned to defend the area and launch a lightning attack upon the bunker. Hoping to overwhelm the defenders swiftly and secure the relic quickly, they prepare to strike. At dawn, the twin-headed Viper strikes. But Keade himself is no fool. He has turned his outpost into a death trap. Using his forces, he would strike from concealed and advantageous positions while reinforcements move to hold off any attacker. Keade would not yield a single artifact, lest they bring ruin to the Imperium, and if forced to, would destroy the item the Eldar would dare pursue him for.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Warzone Australise. Well, thank you for joining us here on Day 8 of Warzone Australise, the Thief's Den. So, as you heard in the story time, this is going to be Eldar versus Armies of the Imperium. So, we'll jump straight into it and show you the armies. So, for this scenario, as always, the rules for the scenario so that you can drive as well and give us your thoughts and just have a lot of fun is available on the blog for you to check out. But today's scenario actually calls for each player to have two armies. So one will deploy and the other will go into reserve. So here in the standard Craftworld Eldar, we have a Farseer on jet bike with Singing Spear and the Sniper Rifle Relic. Then we have two bike squads. These are Wind Riders, don't mind the fact that they look like Reavers. So two Wind Rider squadrons, both with heavy weapons, one with shurikens and shuriken cannons, and the other with scatter lasers. Then we have, as part of the Keade, two War Walkers with scatter lasers and missile launchers, and then one Fire Prism with hollow fields. And then we have two formations alongside this Keade. We have an Aspect Warrior Shrine featuring a squad of 6 dragons. And an X-Arch with a Fire Pike, 6 Howling Banshees, Banshee X-Arch with Mirror Swords, and then we have the Dark Reapers. Three Dark Reapers, one of which is just the X-Arch, no upgrades on him. And then we have a Dire Avenger Shrine, which is just 3 5-man squads, one with an X-Arch who's got the twin-linked Avenger Shurikens. And then the Dark Eldar, there's an Archon in a Venom, a Witch Squad led by a Hecatrice with Agonizer, thank you, a Succubus with 3 Incubi and a Venom. The Succubus has the Agonizer and Glaive. She's WYSIWYG. Then we've got a squad of an Armor of Misery, yeah. This is Alaria and Crimson, both featured earlier in the campaign. Then we have a squad of Cableites, one with a blaster, and then Sybarite with a power sword.
That's correct.
Oh, he's just got nothing? Alright. Then we've got a squad of Trueborn with, this squad has power on their dragon. And then 2 splinter cannons inside of this raider. The raider only has night shields, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Then we've got a 2 squads of 4 Reaver jet bikes. I think 1 heat lance each.
Yeah, each squad has a heat lance.
And cluster caltrops?
What do you call it? Yeah, cluster caltrops.
Cluster caltrops.
And a Simrai.
And a Simrai. Reaver chain, whatever they're called. And that is the armies of the Eldar. They're both different points. So again, see the blog for more details on the rules. And we will now show you the Imperium army. Alright, and so the army that the Eldar are up against is this Imperial army. Or these 2 Imperial armies, actually. Full of fun goodiness and Sisters of Silence. So, take us through what you've got here, starting probably with the Inquisition army.
Alright, so we've got Inquisitor Keade with
Yep.
all of his usual grenade upgrades and power sword.
Yep.
Then,
snazzy in his hat.
then we've got 2 Null Maiden task forces.
2 Null Maiden task forces.
Yep.
Okay.
One with 3, the other one with 1.
Okay.
They're all WYSIWYG.
Cool.
Then we've got a Ministorum delegation, priest with Power Maul litanies, accompanied by a Sauritas command squad with Melters, Stormbolters,
And Hospitaller by the looks.
Hospitaller in an Immolator with Heavy Flamers.
Yep.
And then we've got a Deathwatch kill team.
Deathwatch kill team with what looks like Thunderhammer and 4 frag cannons.
Yep. And they're inside their Corvus Blackstar. That's
it's
it
not
for
as
the-
tough as it looks.
That's for the Inquisition side.
That's the Inquisition army, 1,200 points, and now this is the Imperial Guard army.
The Imperial Guard army is led by Commissar Vilkas, who's a Lord Commissar,
Yep.
with a Bolter and the Celeritas.
Yep.
And then he's accompanied by a Troops Choice of Veterans.
Veterans, by the looks, they've got 3 plasmas.
Yep, 3 plasmas with carapace armor.
Yep.
In a Chimera. And then we've got a whole platoon of Militarum Tempestus. Complete platoon. So it's 3 platoon squads with 2 melters and a command squad with 3 hotshot volley guns. And then they're also accompanied by a squadron of Lehman Russ battle tanks. One's the Eradicator Nova Cannon with plasma monsoons, and the other one's just a regular battle cannon.
Those are going to cause me a lot of trouble.
Both of them actually have Dozer Blaze, even though only one has a bolt.
Oh, those are going to cause so much trouble for the fragile little Eldar. Oh, goodbye, my confetti men.
And yeah, that's it.
That's-
the Imperial Army
I
actually looks
think-
like it's outnumbered.
I think you are outnumbered for once,
It looks like it.
but that's only because bikes. Actually, no, I think the numbers might be bad. Anyway, so we'll go into deployment now and get things rolling. Alright, so the Eldar deployed, hammer and anvil style, while the Imperium player chose to put the Inquisition on, opting to use the scenario special rule that allowed units from his chosen deploying army to infiltrate. So he's done that with Sisters of Silence here, Sisters of Silence there, Sisters of Silence here, and Sisters of Silence here. And then he's got his Immolator with his Priest and Sisters of Battle actually in his deployment zone. Now, quite funnily enough, we rolled off to see who got first turn, and the Imperium won, and then we rolled to seize. And by complete miracle, the Eldar somehow seized. So, We're going into the Eldar first turn. It's basically a crusade mission, but with lots of reinforcements coming later. Shouldn't be too much of a problem to actually survive this for the Imperial player. I'm actually deployed defensively. So this will be a little interesting. Alright, so turn 1. So the movement phase for the Eldar advances a few things up. Pulls back actually a little bit with some units. Advancing a few others. Just trying to be a bit defensive against some nasty flamers and melee units, which I don't want to get tied down with first turn, which is very likely. So let's go into psychic phase. Alright, so during their psychic phase there was guide onto this squad, which I forgot about. And then in the shooting phase, this squad got really lucky with their scatter lasers, killed 4 sisters, and got rid of the flamers. The fire from these war walkers managed to kill 2 sisters. Over there, the bikes failed to kill any of those sisters, and then the Dark Reapers finished off the last 2 sisters that were here. The Banshees run forward, and the Farseer took a pot shot at this one sister here, but failed to do anything. So now we're going to go into the Armies of the Imperium. Turn 1. And I've just remembered something, which means something, which I'll get back to you. Yeah, so we forgot that night fighting was in effect for this first turn, as per the mission special rules. So this sister actually survived. So now into the Eldar assault phase. There are no assaults, but there will be some assault movement. So there was an assault move here, an assault move here, and an assault move here. So now we'll go into Inquisition turn 1. Alright, so the sisters moved up here. This sister blob is trying to stay well and truly hidden, waiting for the right time. This one over here sort of just reconformed. And this lone sister looks like she's going to try and tie up some bikes that won't be able to run away if she can catch them. So now we'll go into your... You don't have any psychers, do you? No. So now we'll go into the Inquisition shooting phase. Alright, so there was some shooting from these sisters into these bikes. Bolt around killed 1. And then over here, Flamer and Bolters managed to kill 1 bike. Neither bike squad jinked. Because of that, I'm going to assume there's going to be a first turn assault. So we'll go into the assault phase.
Like Eldar.
Alright, so Alright, so we did some leadership checks from the shooting phase, and this bike squad fled. They failed the morale check and they fled 7 inches. This one over here was fine. They stayed. And then in the assault phase, this Sister of Silence was down here and needed
An 11-inch.
an 11-inch charge because of 3 across, 9 up, and minus...
It's like 6 up and 8. Yeah.
You needed
3.
You needed a 9-inch total.
Yeah.
After we calculated how much you needed to move up the building, minus 2 for terrain.
So she needed 11 inches to make the charge, and she somehow got it.
Yes, she somehow got 11 inches and are now engaged in melee against the fleeing bikes. That can no wonder flee. This is, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Alright, so the sister killed 1 bike. The other bike couldn't make it into combat and didn't suffer any wounds. Then consolidated upwards into it.
And they also failed their fear test.
They failed their fear test. But the other bike did manage, despite that, to score a hit, score a wound, but saved by 3 up armor. Now, I am not... So I've lost this combat, so I actually have to do this. I might as well do this on camera for a moment.
Yep, leadership at 7.
Nope.
Okay, he's trying to flee, so 1d6 each. We're both 5, so I've got to beat you or equal you. No. So now he's fleeing 3d6 inches again.
Alright. Yay, my bike's escaped. Alright. Alright, so he fled 5 inches. So, with that being the end of the Inquisition's assault phase, we will head into Eldar turn 2. Oh, yes. Sorry, keep making all sorts of things today. 5-inch consolidation. So we'll do that and then we'll go into turn 2. So afterwards. Alright, so in the Eldar turn, this venom full of witches came on. This raider with the Archon and Trueborns came on. This bike regrouped. And these Reavers came on. Meanwhile, a couple of things shuffled around. Looking for good firing positions. Mostly waiting for those dreaded reserves of yours. That tank that makes confetti. You can tell how much I fear that.
It's gonna take it 2 turns to get close enough to be able to shoot at you.
Yeah, there's plenty of other things there that can hurt though. Alright. So now we're gonna go into psychic phase. Alright, so in the psychic phase, guide onto the Dark Reapers yet again. And then this Warwalker squad dedicated all their fire to that one sister, killing her. These squads ran forward. He did some snap shooting, but wasn't really effective. They didn't shoot anything. They're actually quite happy where they are. Shot at the sister squad that was over there and missed. 2 melters over here shot. I think they killed 1.
The melters?
No, did they? Yeah, they killed there. They did nothing. The Banshees ran. The bikes killed.
The squad died to Dire Reaper fire.
The squad died to combined fire. Shurikens and Dark Reapers.
It was Dark Reaper fire.
This was in a position where it couldn't shoot. This sent a disintegrator shot into the immolator, but failed to glance. The squad inside unloaded firepower into that squad, that blob, and killed a single sister. And we're just going to go into the assault phase and do some assault moves, and then go straight into turn 2 for Inquisition. Armies of the Imperium.
In the movement phase, the immolator moved up and 2 melter girls and the rest of the squad got out with their sights set on this raider. These tanks came on and they got themselves wedged in between there, but this tank has a good line of sight
My better.
to that squad there. And then over here, these girls decided it was time to stop hiding in their building because they're about to be surrounded anyway, and they're going to go for the closest unit, which is that Dire Ranger squad. Sadly, these Banshees are cowards and they ran away too far.
Oh, you're funny.
And then over here, this squad reorganized itself to take shots at the venom that just came on. And the final squad for me to come on is... my hand got in the way there.
No, I didn't.
Is this tank here. So, yeah, that's it for movement phase. On to your shooting, because I have no psychers.
Alright, so shooting phase. Well,
The battle cannon wiped out the diary.
The battle cannon down there wiped out the Dark Reapers and killed a Avenger, and they went to ground. The Farseer was fine, luckily. The squad shot at them. They only chose to fire the plasma pistol of the Inquisitor, which killed a guy.
And the last pistol, which did nothing.
We don't talk about the last pistol. Over here, this sister squad completely destroyed the Venom and the witches inside.
Yeah.
Absolutely toasted them.
2d6 flamer hits.
Over here, these squads killed all but the Archon and the Sybarite inside of there, but was unable to harm the vehicle itself.
So it did jink.
Not a lot of shooting, but what shooting you did do this phase was very effective. And this flat out behind here.
Yeah, because it had no targets.
Yeah, no, its targets died. So, not much shooting, but a lot of effective shooting. So, we'll go into assault phase now.
Yep.
So in the assault phase, the Sisters of Silence got their charge in onto the Dire Avengers there and wiped them all out and then consolidated under there. Over here, the Sisters of Battle charged them and tried to throw a crack grenade but missed. So that is it for them. And
That's the end of the assault phase. So it's time for Eldar turn 3.
Alright, so in the Eldar movement phase, Warwalkers moved up, this moved up, Avengers moved up, the last Venom arrived, carrying the Succubus. These all moved, Bikes moved on up here, Bikes moved on up here, Cableites arrived, this Reaver Bike arrived and lost a single guy to dangerous terrain, this moved, and this moved, and they disembarked. Yeah. So, it's a lot of Eldar, but there's a lot of Tempestus to arrive soon.
Maybe.
And some Death Watch still out there. So, we'll go into the Psychic phase now, see if anything can be cast. Alright, so in the shooting phase, a lot of units chipped away at this squad in there, killing a fair few of them just through quasi-rends. A couple of things turbo boosted away. The Fire Prism penetrated and immobilized that Immolator. Some offhand shots were fired into that sister squad, killing two of them. That was a lot of redeployment and a lot of just trying to find things to shoot at and finish off. So now we're going to go into the fun phase, or assault phase, as we call it. Alright, so in the assault phase, the Banshees charged successfully. They killed pretty much all the sisters and the priest, but lost 4 of their kind as a result, which does just leave Keade. So, tied combat there, actually, 4 kills apiece. And over here, the expected result, the Archon Crimson just... Oh, the sisters never stood a chance. And that is it. Then we're just going to do some assault moves, and then we'll go straight into turn 3?
3 for the Imperium.
3 for the Imperium. The turn that will make or break you. So, slight technical difficulties, so we'll just recap what happened. Shooting phase, the Tempestus over here were annihilated. There was a lot of running about. And then, in the assault phase, the Warwalker here attempted to assault them and exploded, killing none of them again. Over here, the Incubi and the Succubus mopped up the last squad. Here, Keade actually survived the assault. He won them. cheeky Xenos Inquisitor. He killed the last Howling Banshee as she left him with 1 wound. And yeah, now he's running for it. But he's hot on his tracks from other things. So, after a whole bunch of assault moving, that is the end of Eldar's turn 4. Now we'll go into Armies of the Imperium turn 4. Alright, so first off, the Corvus Blackstar carrying the Inquisition's Death Watch has finally shown up, much to a resigned hurrah. Keade has rejoined this Tempesta Scion platoon.
Yeah, they're just like, hey look, we survived just long enough for the Astartes to come and take all the glory.
The Astartes have come to take all the glory. The Sisters of Silence aren't willing to let it go though. They're planning an ambush down onto this. Meanwhile, this Chimera is still full of veterans, looks like it's also not going to let them have their day. Meanwhile, the tanks continue to try and grind forward through the ruins. And that's about it. You don't have a lot of units left, but what you do are hard to get rid of.
Well, they're just in advantageous places at the moment.
Yeah.
Thanks to being forced to drive on from the other end of the battle.
Alright, so we'll now go into the shooting phase. See how their second powers. So, in an absurdly grotesque shooting phase, you pretty much single-handedly turn the tide. Pretty much the squads that were here are gone, this squad is crippled, that squad is crippled, the tanks are fine, the Sybarite is gone.
The Drakon.
The Drakon is gone. Pretty much all that is left is my leftovers, and they are not enough to defeat your remaining units. But
You do have a lot of quick flyers left that can take objectives.
yeah. So, let's see what I can do. Because you've got nothing to assault, so. Turn 5, Eldar.
Yep. I'll see if objectives explode or does.
So, turn 5 Eldar movement. The Cableites are moved to get some shots on them. Bikes are moved up, really wanting that Warlord kill and that Melter squad gone. Looks like a desperate last stand over there with the
Fire Dragon.
with the Succubus. Sorry?
Ah.
The Succubus getting behind cover. Over here, they're turning to face these foes. Archon getting out, and this getting out. These looking like it's gonna have a fun time. No idea. In fact, the Eldar are most definitely screwed at this point, but I just refuse to give up. Not after all the progress I made. I ain't giving up. Alright, so in the Eldar shooting phase, combined fire from all these squads failed to finish off that squad, but did kill the Warlord after everything emptied its guns into them. Over here, this took a last-ditch effort to try and shoot this out of the sky. Didn't work. It was just outside of Skyfire range.
Bless you.
It was just outside of the 3-inch Skyfire. This took some pot shots of the Sisters, killing some. This took some pot shots of the Sisters, didn't get any, and neither did what's-his-face. And then the bikes turbo boosted back here. So now we're going to go to assault phase. Yeah.
The turn.
Alright, so assault phase. These bike squads killed that last remaining duder and consolidated to get on this objective. Hopefully it doesn't explode in their face. Archon Crimson charged them. I should have made him a warlord. Charged the Sisters of Silence and murdered them brutally and without mercy, and then consolidated back behind cover. That was it. So now we're going to turn 5, which is probably going to be the last turn.
What?
Turn 5 Inquisition. Probably going to be the last turn.
But you went first, so
Yeah.
that means it's the bottom of turn 4. Oh, so that was your turn 5 then? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that was my turn 5. Now we go into your turn 5.
So over here, the guard are putting everything they've got into Archon Crimson, with them disembarking. The tanks have moved through the cover there, thankfully no one immobilised. All the Space Marines have also joined in the fun here to try and eliminate as many Dark Eldar from the friendly lines as they can. And that is it.
Alright, so now it's time for MVP and MVU. After a long and grueling battle, the Eldar player has selected Archon Crimson.
Yep.
The murderer of
Many squads.
and the apparently invulnerable Archon.
Yeah, he was definitely most valuable. He killed more than his points worth of units, and he took way more than his points worth of shooting and just brushed it off and laughed. Didn't even take a single wound.
Yeah, and
Thanks to that
entire veteran squad opened fire and not a single one.
Not a single wound made it.
And there were only like 4 misses.
Yeah.
And that was a full-strength squad.
Yeah, there was like almost 10 hits, and he just, wouldn't die, wouldn't lose a wound, and wiped out everything. I think if we'd kept going, he probably would have just wiped out that whole squad without a sweat.
Probably. Their most useless unit for Eldar is definitely going to be the Venom.
With the witches inside.
With the witches inside. It deep strike scattered, and
thanks to its mishap, it just got flamed and bolted to death.
Yeah.
In fact, all the girls inside died before the Venom did, thanks to the flamer hits.
Yeah, and then the Venom died to bolt guns. Most valuable for the Imperium is definitely the tank squad. I argue more this tank than the others, since it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It made confetti. It made my Eldar into brightly coloured confetti. Yep. This one killed a single squad. That was
the tank squadrons did well as a combined unit. I don't think they killed more than their points worth though, but they did manage to take out a few infantry units.
They took out some expensive infantry units. I'm going to argue that they did take out at least equal to their points worth. They did the vast majority of the killing. Most useless unit?
Yep, I selected this Sister of Battle squad because they couldn't even melt her down a raider, and then they got wiped out by Crimson, so yeah, they did nothing.
Yeah.
They did nothing. Even the Space Marines that were late actually managed to at least secure an objective for me.
Oh, sisters. When will you get into Codex to make you better again?
So that's it. The winner by 2 points was the Eldar Alliance in this case.
Yes, they have secured the Heart of Cain, a very important artifact.
Well, now we're going to see if
see the fate of Keade.
See Inquisitor Keade's fate.
Yes. So join us next time for Warzone Australise. As per normal, all the results of all the extra stuff, all the fluff, all the rules we're using, everything is available online on the blog. Yep. So feel free to check it out. And thank you again for watching.
Come back for us next time for Keade's Revenge.
No spoilers.